At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners and Humana. News 46 is also brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. News 46 is also brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates.
Tonight on News 46, a 2-vehicle collision takes 1 life. The games are on and they're great. And Desert View Hospital hosts the Back to School Health Fair. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell and news across Nevada with Janet Eric. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, August 9th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale for News 46. And this just in, Nye County Sheriffs are investigating the cause of a deceased woman 15 miles up Mount Charleston. Investigators with Nye County and Clark County have been called in, as well as BLM Forestry Service. KPVM is awaiting more information. And 1 man has succumbed to his injuries following a 2-vehicle Tbone collision last night on Highway 160 and Irene.
We were dispatched tonight to Irene 160 for an injury motor vehicle accident, and upon arrival of Engine 1 under the command of Lieutenant Moody, they found a 2-vehicle accident with severe impact to one of the vehicles on the the driver's side. He found that the driver was mechanically entrapped in the vehicle, and they proceeded to extricate him via a door and a roof removal.
I know that we were checking some of the hood area early on. What was that about?
Yeah, we always make sure that the battery is disconnected to ensure that any additional airbags that may be installed in the vehicle, if they haven't deployed, we want to make sure that they're de-energized to the best of our ability so no one else is injured as a result of the extrication.
And tell me a little bit about Mercy Air Land on scene. I know that we established an LZ, a landing zone here on scene.
Yeah, Lieutenant Moody informed me that they had entrapment and that they would require the services of Mercy Air, that a trauma center was required for the nature of the injuries. We requested Mercy Air. They were just returning from another mission. They came to our scene this evening, landed on Highway 160. Patient care was transferred over, and they since have left now or departed to Las Vegas.
Lieutenant, what kind of equipment did you use to take off the roof of that vehicle?
We used our hearse spreaders and cutters. We first removed the roof, and then we started with the driver's side door, and then we moved the patient out.
And there was only 1 person inside that vehicle?
Yes.
And the other vehicle we transported locally by ground?
Yeah, there was at least 1 patient transported from the other vehicle. There was a front end damage to that vehicle, which coincides with the severe driver's side impact on the second vehicle.
Yes, we had an SUV that was traveling southbound on 160 and another vehicle, a passenger car that was traveling eastbound on Irene. For one reason or another, I haven't gotten a total investigation done yet, but one reason or another, the white vehicle approaching 160 on Irene did not stop at the stop sign and entered the intersection, and causing the SUV to T-bone that vehicle. We do have 2 subjects that were injured. One went by helicopter to UMC. I do not have an update on that person's status at this time. And the second person was transported by ground to our hospital here in Pahrump, and that would be minor injuries is what I'm being told.
Do we know how many people in each vehicle at this point?
I believe there was 2 in the SUV and only 1 person in the 2-door passenger vehicle.
I know we're early in the investigation, but you think you'll be giving citations, or do you think it is the fault of the sedan?
What I have done in my investigation so far, I have determined that the sedan was at fault for passing not stopping at the stop sign. He took it was a direct T-bone shot right into the doorway. Yes, the highway is totally shut down right now. When for us troopers at the Highway Patrol, when we have an injury crash like this, we have to do a diagram of the crash. So the roadway will be down for some time until I can complete that diagram and get the measurements I need for everything.
Some of the road blockage had an 18-wheeler involved helping out.
Yes, that was set up prior to my arrival, so the sheriff's office recruited him to stay in the roadway for us, and I really appreciate that. I could not make contact with that driver.
And once again, we have learned from Nevada Highway Patrol Public Information Trooper Elliott that the driver did succumb to his injuries. The Nye County Sheriff's Department Great Summer Games are being held all this week at Ian Deutch Memorial Park. Today, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue was a special guest. Deanna O'Donnell reports.
We are here at Ian Deutch Memorial Park where the Great Summer Games are being held. We're going to speak to several of the participants, including the DARE officer, Don Bolden.
Great games are great. We have right now about 260 kids that have registered the program, and we were privileged to have the Pahrump Valley Youth Activities group join us as well.
Yeah, what a wonderful group. They're really excited to be here. We have some other special guests, too, as well, that landed right here at Ian Deutch Memorial Park, as well as drove up. What's going on? What are we taking a tour of today?
Well, today we had several different things going on. We always try to bring in some kind of motivational speaker locally, somebody that's achieved something, because one of the things we like to teach in the program is how to set goals for yourself and what you can do to reach those goals. And today we had Gary Miller, who just beat his weightlifting world records in last June. So he came today to talk to the kids about goal setting and also some very basic dietary helps for the kids. And then we also have, of course, our emergency services. It's Emergency Service Day, and we bring the kids out to play with the fire truck, the ambulance, and of course Mercy Air, and it's always a highlight. And then when we're done with the emergency services presentations, the fire trucks are going to dump about 5,000 gallons of water on them, so that's always a good way to cool off the day.
I know they're looking forward to that. They were even chanting.
Chanting, yes. We give them points for enthusiasm. So
there you go. So I know we were looking for some coaches here still. We're still going to have some open positions for coaches. When people see this tomorrow, they can come down here in the morning?
Absolutely. Right now, which was very overwhelming as far as the community support, we have over 50 staff members that are all volunteers.
The program started when I was in kindergarten, so I was participating, and then I got a coach a year early, actually, just because I did it for so long, and it was different. It was transitioning from playing all the games to having to help them play the games, but I love it. I love being here. I love the kids. I love the games. I love everything.
And it's pretty incredible. So thanks to Maple Star, Eagle Quest, Juvenile Probation, Pahrump Valley Youth Activities, Nye Community Coalition, and I think that's, Kiwanis, Pahrump Valley High School Junior ROTC, or I think I got everybody, but it's helping out.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office.
And the Nye County Sheriff's Office. Thank you, Sheriff DeMeo, for sponsoring these programs.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Great game!
And folks, coming up, Desert View Hospital holds a health fair, and we get an update on the Bob Roode Community Center. We'll have all this and more right after the break, so please keep it here. Welcome back to News 46. The Pahrump Youth Activities also joined in the fun at the park this morning. We spoke to Rodney Camacho and some of the kids from PVYA Summer Day Camp.
Yes, we have all the kids from Pahrump Valley Youth Activities. Is for those that don't know, it's the new Pahrump Boys and Girls Club. We have them out here attending the GREAT program during the whole week, and they enjoy it. They really do.
Great games!
It's going pretty well, and I like when the fire rescue machines come down and teach us all about what they're doing. And I'm going to be excited about getting hosed down because it's really hot out here.
It's pretty fun. We're supposed to get sprayed.
Tell me how it's going right now. I know this is our first summer doing this. Are we going to continue? You got 3 more weeks?
Yeah, we have 3 more weeks left for the summer program, but every summer we're gonna, as long as they're still great, we're going to try and get the kids into great also.
And this is going really well, though. You guys are at the Mann School right now?
Yes, we're housed out of the Mance Elementary School, the big multi-purpose room that has also 4 classrooms. We fall under the coalition, Nye Communities Coalition, and I believe Nye Community Coalition will be moving into there, but we'll be staying with them.
Wonderful. And so, are you guys looking at an after-school program as well?
That's on the agenda. We're working on that. I'm not sure how far we're on that right now, but that's part of the plan so far.
Wonderful. It's great to see all the kids out here. They're having a good time.
Oh, they are, and it's a little bit cooler today, so that helps out. A lot of water. Of course, the fire rangers brought some water. We got a lot of water hoses, a lot of water games, so they're staying cool. Of course, they're very hungry by lunchtime, and they're raring to go right after that.
All right, folks, Pahrump will be having its first Gay Pride Festival. The event is scheduled to be held August 19th and 20th at the Saddle West Hotel. The event includes a dance party, a pool party, and 2 drag shows. For more information about this event, go to lasvegaspride.org or call the Saddle West Casino at 727-1111. And since last year's rains, the Bob Roode Community Center has been closed as a result of mold. We spoke to Commissioner Butch Boraski to find out about the new task force that is now in place to examine and advise the Pahrump Town Board members of their recommendation after looking at possible options for the future of the building.
Well, first off, I'd like to thank the Pahrump Town Board for selecting me as part of the Bob Roode Community Center Task Force. I think they picked a really good group in our meeting the other day, this past Monday. The board is very, very aggressive. They want answers. We are all going tomorrow, a few at a time, through the Bob Roode Community Center to do a walkthrough to see for ourselves, and we've all requested that. Most of us have been former contractors and have a background in building and construction, so it's going to be very interesting. Once we get that information, we will have another meeting. We will move forward on what we would like to see and what we would like to do. Of course, we have to follow the guidelines. And there was some talk at the meeting the other night that some of the board members don't like the idea of town board members being on that board. So it's going to be interesting because there's a charter set up or whatever for that. And it does state that to be a 9-member board. So we'll see.
So we have 2 options, or maybe there's more, I'm not sure, but tell everybody what the options are, what we're looking at.
Well, basically, one of the options would be just to get the building open. And that seemed to be the consensus at the meeting was, let's just get it open, get the revenues coming back in, allow the people to use the building, and that would probably be the quickest way to resolve that. We've also been asked to look at a new community center, and we can do that at the same time. The board was very, very adamant and very, very aggressive of let's get it open. Once we get the walkthrough, we can do it. We can get a bigger picture of what needs to be fixed. There is money allocated. There's at least $72,000 of county money available, and I believe the town has another $20,000 to $30,000 that could be used. It might not take that much.
And do we know how many meetings are you guys required to have before you make a decision, or is there a requirement, or do you know?
Well, you'd have to go back and look at the charter that formed that group. Right now we're looking at least a couple of workshops and whatever meetings necessary until we have something to hand to the town board to say, here, this is our recommendation, this is what we would like you to do. You know, you can take it or leave it or whatever.
We spoke to Southwest Medical Associates about the study of endocrinology and common early signs of diabetes.
Diabetes is a disease that affects a big percentage of Americans, over 23 million right now. Type 1, type 2, they take medications to help, use a good diet and exercise for good control, and we'd like to help them do that.
And so Southwest Medical Associates has an endocrinology department and doctors to help you go from anything to managing your diet to treating the disease.
Right, absolutely. Most of the patients with diabetes within our practice actually see me. I work with the endocrinologists in our team, and we help them manage it. And I'm the one that comes out to Pahrump every month, at least once a month.
Wonderful. You're finding more and more people are getting diabetes, or is it decreasing? Is people learning more about it?
It's definitely increasing. We see typically 4 to 6 new patients a day in our practice. That some of them are newly diagnosed, some of them have had diabetes for a while and are not well controlled. And we just try to help them get on the right treatment program.
Should people who have not been diagnosed with diabetes speak to an endocrinologist about prevention if it runs in their family?
Well, we have a good health education and wellness program where they can go and take classes that help with that, with diet management, weight management, things like that. Mm-hmm. They really don't need to see endocrinology if they're not diagnosed, but we have the resources within Southwest Medical to help them learn what they need to do to prevent getting diabetes or delay getting diabetes.
What are some of the early signs that people should watch out for who haven't been diagnosed?
If they're thirsty a lot, if they've lost weight, if their vision gets a little blurry, if they're urinating a lot, those can all be some of the initial symptoms of diabetes.
And to get in touch with Southwest Medical Associates for more information?
They can give us a call. We're happy to talk to anybody if they need some help. Our main number is 702-877-5306. We are based out of Las Vegas. We go to 2 clinics in Las Vegas and Pahrump.
Last Saturday, Desert View Hospital hosted the Back to School Health Fair. We spoke to James Oscarson about this popular event.
Deanna, it's a great day at Desert View Hospital and a great day for the community, I think.
It's a wonderful event here. I know we have the whole front area here filled with every different type of health care provider and back to school, and we're helping the kids get off on the right foot. What's that about?
Well, it's great. What we've done is we've partnered with a lot of our community partners. Some of the people have come from Las Vegas. United Healthcare, Sierra Health has come out, and they're doing all the immunizations at no cost. Southern Nevada Immunization Coalition, which is a nonprofit group that has put together this coalition so that the people, the kids specifically in Southern Nevada, can be immunized. They've done a great job with that, so there's no cost to people for doing that. We're doing sports physicals, Healthcare Partners is doing those. There's just a gambit of things out here and opportunities that people have to take advantage of. Rotary's out here cooking hot dogs for no cost. The Goody Two Shoes, which is a great organization as well, is out here making sure getting the kids get shoes and socks and backpacks. So it's overall I don't have a final count for you yet, but the first hour and a half we had 260 kids through here.
That's wonderful. I know that we used to have this at the Bob Roode Community Center, but this seems so appropriate here at Desert View, and it's real nice.
Well, you know, we like to host the community events, especially the health-related events here. It seems like we've got some real good response this year from the people that are here. They like the kind of open atmosphere. We've got tents up for them this year so that they're in the shade. The breeze is blowing a little bit out here, and we're just doing it's a great event. The vendors all seem to be happy. The people who are supplying the services and things here all seem to be happy. So it's great. We're doing.
This is wonderful. Do we know how many vendors that we have?
Approximately 25, I think. And I got to give credit. I got to give real credit to Tim Wiggers at the coalition. He and Stacy Smith and Maple Star, and all those folks that have done such a great job putting this whole thing. Tina Simpson at Maple Star putting this thing together. This is really their baby. We just offered the facility and some of the services here, and they pretty much put it together.
Wonderful. We have an event coming up next month that is for adults. What's that?
October 15th, we're going to be doing one of these same events like we did last year that was well attended as well. But we're going to do no-cost flu immunizations, flu shots. And again, that's the people from United Healthcare, Sierra Health that are going to come out, and they're going to do those shots for us at no cost for the community. And we're going to give as many of those until we run out.
That's children and adults, or?
Well, there's a cutoff, and I'm not sure what the age is, but mostly adults come out for that. I think they have to be 12 and above, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll check into that and see if we can do it for the younger ones as well.
For more information, can they call Desert View Hospital?
Always call Desert View Hospital. Just have them ask for me, and I'll make sure I get them the information. I've sent out some emails already about that event on the 15th, but as always, we appreciate, Deanna, you and covering these events and making the public aware that we're doing these things. It makes it gets the message out to the community, and thank you so much.
If you're looking for a new sombrero, DK Hats might be the place to shop.
They're palm leaf hats. I import them from Guatemala. I get them in raw form of the open crown, and then I soak them in water for about 5 minutes, and then hand shape them. Once they dry, they won't lose their shape. However, you can get them wet as much as you like. For instance, if you go to the lake and you're fishing and you don't want to get in the water and you're hot, just simply dip it in the water and shake the excess out, put it on your head, it keeps you nice and cool.
There you go. So how many years have you been doing this?
Actually about 2 years now. Yeah.
And so you sell them everywhere, or you ship them, or do you specially order them?
Well, I haven't gotten into shipping them for the simple reason is that, for example, 4 or 5 7.5s, for instance, each one of them, it's a natural fiber, and they are all handmade, so each one could fit just a little differently. So if I shipped one over to Utah or something, someone wanted a 7.5 and it didn't fit them just right, then they'd have to ship it back. So there's going to be expenses in shipping costs which they'd have to incur, and I didn't want to do that, so I just basically do different shows around Vegas, and then I go out of town. I'm up here in Pahrump today. I'll be up in Pioche in September. I go to Mesquite and Logandale quite often for different shows and events. Clark County Fair and Festival. I did the Pahrump Fair and Festival last year. So
you're going to be back here next month at the Stage Stop when they have another block party?
You know, it all depends on how things go today. Yeah. So, you know.
So can people contact you, or do you have a website for your hats?
I don't have a website. All I have is an email address, which is Dale K, D-A-L-E-K 1954 at hotmail.com, or you can reach me on my cell phone at area code 702-581-0955.
Tell me about the horsehair bands.
Actually, the horsehair hat bands are hand braided. I get them from the Zuni Indians over in St. John's, Arizona. I tell a lot of my customers that they're a little pricey, but they're very nice. They're all hand braided. So.
All right, folks, we'll have your Facebook question of the day and a look at weather all after the break, so please keep it here. Welcome back to News 46, and now for our Facebook question of the day. What do you think of America's decreased credit rating, and how would you fix the debt crisis? Here's what some of you had to say. Nevada Politics says the S&P are the same ones who gave the stamp of approval to all those risky financial instruments that were a big part of our country's financial meltdown. Their credibility should be suspect. A.C. Woodman says, I totally agree. The S&P rating investments are as good, and a lot of institutional investors bought into it, unfortunately. Joe says, we could try not wasting money on turtle tunnels, shrimp treadmills, alcohol abuse training for Chinese hookers, and photographing Grateful Dead memorabilia. By the way, I didn't make these up. They are all things that the stimulus money was spent on. Beth Bromley says, equal pay for all. And Eugene says, there's no fixing it. It's going to be there no matter what happens, so why make us lose the little that we're hanging on to fix it? And Joe follows up with, don't waste your money so you can support yourself instead of needing bailouts. You have every right to do with your cash what you want. It's funny that once a person does, they complain that they don't have any. All right, some very heated, interesting comments. Also, some of them a little too long. You'll probably want to log into our Facebook page just so you can read them. Some very interesting information there. And folks, now we'll go to Zach with a look at weather.
News 46 weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump, local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Zach Fuentes here with your weather. Today we had sunny skies, a high of 101 degrees, and our winds had come out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour. Our gusts were at up to 16 miles per hour, and pressure is still holding steady there at 29.97. The UV index was at 10, which is extreme, and our humidity was very low today at 8%. Sunrise was at 5:57 a.m., and our record was back in 1940 at 114 degrees. Tonight we are looking at clear skies, a low of 75 degrees, and our winds are expected to come out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Gusts are a little bit lower at 13 miles per hour, and our humidity is also going to be at 13%. Sunset is looking to be at 7:42 p.m., and our record was back in 1991 at 53 degrees. Tomorrow we are also expecting sunny skies, a high of 101 degrees and a low of 76 degrees. Winds looking to come out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour, and our gusts are looking to be at about 19 miles per hour. Humidity is going to be at 10%, and our UV index is also going to be at 10, which is extreme. So try to stay indoors as much as you can, but if you have to go out, wear your sunscreen and hats and everything that's going to protect you. Sunrise is looking to be at 5:58 p.m. Our 7-day forecast, Thursday, we're looking at 101 degrees and an overnight low of 71. Friday, pretty much the same, Saturday as well. But Sunday through Wednesday, we're going back into the double digits. And I think I speak for us all when we say we'll take that relief, even though it is by a couple degrees there. Overnight lows are going to be around the 70s. But Tuesday, we actually go back into the 60s for the first time in a while there. So I'm sure we all appreciate that. And today's worst weather was in Scientist Cliffs, Maryland, where they had heavy thunderstorms. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Zach. Folks, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale, and from everyone up here on the hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.